Hi, this is Tracee Bond from Irish Film Critic, here interviewing singer, musician, songwriter, wife, and mother Rebecca Cruz. Hello, Rebecca.
Hello, Tracy. How are you?
I'm doing well and so very excited that you allowed us this time to get to know you a little better. So we'll just start all off. So tell me about your musical influence and what inspires you.
Wow, that's a big question. Musical influence for me would be my parents. My mother, Anna King, was a singer. She was opera trained. My father, Samuel King, was a minister's son, so he played several instruments. He played piano, trumpet, guitar, accordion. He played the tuba, a little bit of, I think, bass guitar. And he was a singer and played in nightclubs in my hometown growing up. So they influenced me heavily and were a big part of why I wanted to learn an instrument and wanted to be a musician.
That's wonderful. So you kind of couldn't get around it. But just what is there any part of that, did you feel pressured not to do it?
Honestly, as I got older and I was pursuing more opportunities professionally, I did get a little bit of pressure to get a business degree or go be a doctor or a lawyer, to not pursue it for a career, because I guess their opinion was, you need a fallback career,
Right.
Which I always thought was nonsense, It just seemed to me that they had kind of given up on their dreams. I think it was not intentional. I think their heart was not to discourage me, but to protect me. But I do my best to encourage my children, who are all actors and singers,
Wonderful.
to use their gift and try to make a go of it, And that's part of why I'm pursuing my dreams, after raising them, is I don't want them to think that they can't do it.
Wow, that's inspirational in and of itself. So how do you do that? How do you balance between being the wonderful wife and then a mother of 5 and then to be able to reach out and grasp your own dreams? What do you do? Do you have certain goals that you set? How does that work for you?
Well, I definitely have what I call manageable goals. I've only released about 6 songs in the last 3 years, so I haven't, it's not like I'm in the studio every night recording like a lot of artists do, because I'm still raising children, and I'm still mother, I'm still mother and wife and cook and bottle washer. And then I wear some other hats. I do some television. I speak. I'm actually going to a speaking event tomorrow in Tulsa, and working on some other business things. We have our design house, Amen and Amen. So we're developing both clothing and furniture.
Wow.
And then Mommy wants to do a lipstick line, so I'm working on that.
Oh yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah, so we're full of ideas. That's what creative people are. We're always trying too many things. But to be honest, a lot of it I put off until my kids were bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that issue. I did not want to be the mom who, pardon the expression, pawns my kids off on other people their whole life. I grew up with caregivers because my biological father died when I was 6 years old and wasn't always treated well by the people who cared for me. And so I think I had an issue with, the idea of like 12-hour-a-day child care and just the belief that nobody loves your kids like you do.
Right.
I worked only part-time when my kids were growing up, and when they were babies, I was home with them. So that put me in a good position, but it also forced me, for my own value system, to put the career at the back of the lifespan. So when I did begin to pursue it, I was 44 years old. And I just felt like if Tina Turner can have a #1 record at 40 years old and tour the world as a middle-aged woman, so can I.
Well, that's true. And that's all it takes is the belief, and I'm going to ask you about your Indy 100 single, which is, I keep holding on, as well as your Destiny. From everything you just said, is that how those came about?
Yeah. You know what's funny about both of those songs? I released them under a pseudonym, largely because I wanted to get away from the famous husband thing,
Right.
I wanted people to just listen to the song. Let's just talk about the song, and not talk about all the other stuff.
Right.
I set an alarm to make sure I called you on time, and it keeps going off. And so what happened is that I had released some music previously. I had done it well, but I did not have the funds to do real promotion like radio and all that. And so when I got the other two songs, I remembered that I had a connection for someone in radio, and reached out to the gentleman, but used an in-between to reach out to him so that he did not know it was me.
Wow.
And when he heard the music, he's like, wow, I really love this. I think we can push these songs. And the first single to get radio was Holding On. So we got XM Heart and Soul to play it. And then I was playing in about 5 markets in the Midwest and the South. So they're not playing here in LA, but still getting spins and getting noticed, and then getting noticed in the digital radio tracker, which is internet radio. So, it made some headway and got me noticed on some blogs. And then Destiny did the same. And actually, Destiny got even bigger notice as I was featured on the top 20 platinum playlist on XM Heart Soul.
Wonderful.
And I did a full press tour around Destiny. So each step got me closer and closer to, more national recognition. And that's what I'm hoping to do with my next set of songs. I'm producing a record now that's going to have maybe 8 to 10 songs on it and really do the full force, do a whole album, do a whole promotion, a whole tour. So that's the next phase that we're actually in right now. I just came out of the studio like 2 weeks ago, and we're doing final production and getting ready to hit the other 8 songs and really try to make a splash. So
that's wonderful. Well, that was my next question, to tell us what projects you're involved in. But since you've answered that, tell me this. What is the one thing that you really want the public to know about Rebecca Cruz?
For me, what should I say to that? The thing I would say I want the public to know is that I love God, and that I believe that faith is an important component in success, and that you can't have the glitter without the gold. And what I call the gold is the heart of gold. I believe in doing unto others as you would have them do unto you, and that you reap everything you sow, personally and professionally. And I think my highest goal with success in music, in entertainment, in family, is to shine that light of Christ, to shine that light that God is in all and He's through all, and that loving one another and serving one another is the true way to success.
Wow, and what a statement that is. So I want to thank you. Thank you for allowing us the opportunity to get to know you a little bit better. And also thank you for being so grounded. It just helps us, to be able to learn more about you and to feel good about what you're doing. It always helps to know that the people that we admire that are out there that we feel like we can't touch are grounded and are just really everyday people who want the same things out of life that we do. So I commend you. I commend you for stepping out from your husband and your kids and to hold on to your dreams and to see them realize while you're
and I feel like I feel like I have to do that for my children, but I feel like I'm every mom. I'm every woman who's ever needed, wanted, decided that whatever personal goal she had maybe had to not be defied, but just simply postponed because her family was just such in a place that they needed her presence. That there are so many examples I can think of. In fact, this weekend I'm speaking about how it's never too late, because I'm a firm believer that we write people off over a certain age.
Right.
And that's when their greatest years are about to be manifest for them. And I think I'm proof of that, and I want to be even more proof of that, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Thank you. It looks like you're well on your way. So we here at Irish Film Critics certainly appreciate the time that you have given us to get to know you and wish you much success with all that you're doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Tracee.
Have a good day. Thank you.
You too.